If you make your bridesmaids be in ugly dresses so that you feel better about yourself, you need to recheck your life, okay? Yeah. We can all look fucking hot. You're still the one getting married. Everybody's looking at you.
You're still the one in white.
But we don't want to look like fucking curtains beside you.
No.
Chemical X.
Holy shit, guys. It's already February. Does that mean Valentine's Day is around the corner, Veronica?
Are you asking to be my Valentine?
Never. Sorry.
Rude. I already have 2 anyways. One's my mom. The other one's my boyfriend.
Okay. I thought you would start with your boyfriend first, but...
Yeah, I don't know why I started with my mom. I'm so excited. Welcome back, everyone. Obviously, we have this adorable setup going on. Look at these balloons. If you see my hair staticking to the balloon... Let's not talk about that. But very much thank you to Haute Ballon. We are actually having a giveaway right now. So after this episode, only after this episode, go to our Instagram, check it out. You can tag a friend and maybe win a Valentine's Day Haute Ballon package. So we'll be linking everything down below. And yeah, and also guys, don't forget to subscribe. Do it right now. Fucking click that fucking subscribe button. Let's go.
We love you.
We love you.
So we're going to start off this episode by calling Veronica Veronico because she is officially in the books a boy.
Officially.
Do you want to tell them why?
Well, first of all, always said I was a boy in general. But basically, guys, if you don't know, I've been doing like a little bit of acting, some voice acting and all that kind of stuff. So I've had an agent for a while now and I've done so many auditions and Alessia's always like, talk about it. But I never really talk about it because I haven't got a gig.
Nobody wants to talk about their failures.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk about their failures. So as we all do, I'm going to talk about my successes. So finally, guys, I was super excited. I ended up getting a gig and it's about a year now I've been auditioning. So it's been a really long time. So I finally got a gig and I was so excited. Okay. It was a voiceover gig for a movie and it was a cartoon. I'm like super excited because I'm a very like kiddie person, right?
So I just want to cut her off here and say that she texts me, Alessia, I finally got a part. I'm like, oh my God, Veronica, that's amazing.
And then I'm like, it's the lead part. Like I got the lead part in the movie.
Role. Yeah. I was like, wow, are you quitting Chemical X?
So I was super excited, guys. And then I had to drop the news to everybody that I was actually voicing a 7-year-old boy. And let me tell you, everybody was proud for 2 seconds. And then I'm like, yeah, but you know, like Jimmy Neutron and you know, like Fairly Odd Parents, they're all the boys are voiced by girls. Everybody's like, yeah, Veronica, sure. So call you Veronica from now on.
You have a manly voice.
Yeah, so basically, guys, I have the voice of a 7-year-old boy.
Do you want to give us a little snippet of the 7-year-old boy voice you gave, or was it just this one?
It was this one. No, I'm joking. I did a little bit of a voice just to save myself here. I made my voice sound boyish.
So what movie should we catch you in?
Can't say that yet. It's confidential information, but I will be happy to tell you guys all when it comes out. I'm so excited. Okay, and you bitches all better fucking watch. If you could listen to me for an hour talking about bullshit, I'm sure you can watch me in a cartoon, okay? Support locals. But yeah, so that was my first gig. I'm super excited about it.
Does that make you rich now? Like, how does that work?
I don't think it makes me rich.
Okay.
I think it just makes me get 1 gig.
Okay.
And it's a 7-year-old boy.
I just want to know, like, your CV moving forward. Like, do you say...
I'm going to leave out the 7-year-old boy.
Played in...
I'm going to say lead role. And when they ask me who the character is, I'm just going to be like, a child, young child.
A girl.
Maybe girl. I don't know. But I'm actually right now, I'm kind of losing my voice. I don't have COVID. Or do I? I'm joking. So if you hear my voice cracking, it's not due to my amazing excessive voiceover acting
anymore. We got people on our asses.
I know, for real. Anyways, apart from that, Alessia, since you love to call me out, do you want to tell everybody how you got rid of your sideburns?
You're such an asshole. I'm like, what is she gonna call me out on? Yeah. You fucking bitch.
You weren't ready.
I wasn't ready for this. So guys, I've been on TikTok recently and I see so many people taking a shaver to their face, okay? So basically they take like a women's shaver so it feels more natural. It doesn't feel like I'm a man who's shaving her beard, okay? So on the side of my face, I have sideburns like most girls. And I was just like, honestly, like, I don't want this shit anymore. So, like anybody would do, or nobody, I took a women's shaver. I didn't have aloe vera like they show it on TikTok, so I ended up doing it with my dad's shaving cream. So it really felt like I was shaving my freaking face. And I took the women.
Are you sure I'm the one who did the boy voice, or it's not you?
And I just went for it. Right before going in the shower, right before doing my spray tan, I said, let's shave this face. But you know what, though? There's a really good feeling about shaving a face because it's almost like exfoliating your face at the same time. Like,
takes out the dead skin.
Yeah. So, you know what, guys? Come at me. But
I'm getting an
exfoliation for $0. So
we'll see next week when she comes back with a fucking 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah. So I basically shaved I started by saying I'm just going to do my sideburns, and then it started going a little lower. And then suddenly I did my entire face.
It's because you know what it is about shaving? It's like you have like peach fuzz, right? So it's like even when you stop where you're like, okay, it's good, but then you start seeing, okay, wait, does it look like now I have hair here that it never looked like I had?
I know.
You have to keep doing the edges, and then suddenly you're shaving your eyebrows off and you have no more hair.
And like I kind of scraped myself at the same time. So I was like, okay.
There we go.
And then I get in the shower and I'm like, ooh, what a clean face I have. And suddenly I'm like putting the shampoo, rubbing it on my hair. And I kind of go upwards and I'm like, what is that? You know, like the texture of like when like you use a shaver and suddenly it's growing back and coming like from the upwards. And I went, I think I went a little too high on the sides. Well, do you want to tell everybody your experience thinking you didn't shave using Nair?
Oh, no, and honestly, I found out so many people do it. But the first time that I wanted to do it, guys, I was going through exactly what Alessia went through. And I was like, this is amazing. I can't believe I've never done this before.
So show everybody your sideburns now.
So what I did was I had put like face Nair, and I had put it. And I was like, I feel like this is better than shaving because you're not like, Nair goes a little bit deeper than a razor.
Think because you're getting the face Nair, you're
the woman's one. Suddenly I'm better, you know? Suddenly I'm not going with the Gillette. But I put Nair. And I took it off and I was like, wow, this is great. I love this. Okay, fast forward like 2 days later when I have to do a full face of makeup. Suddenly, I have literally 2 rectangles of whiteness on the side of my face. Guys, the makeup, when I say like I was literally patting it on, like not even rubbing it in, it would 2 seconds later be gone. Like I literally had white perimeters on my face. And I was like, what the fuck? This is an offside play here. Like, what is going on?
I wonder if you would have still got the play if you had the 2 rectangles.
Guys, it was so scary. And this happened for like a month because I guess with Nair, it really like removed the skin cells.
Oh my god.
And also when you shave, like makeup sticks to like all over your body. You have really small hair, and like I feel like that's kind of what makeup sticks to.
Especially since your hair has always been there. When you remove it, it's always lighter than the rest of your skin. So you start going, what's going on over here?
Let me tell you guys. I wish I could find a picture of when I was like trying to hide it. Like I would literally have my bangs like this because it was noticeable. Like my friends would be like, oh, you forgot to put bronzer. I'm like, no, like trust me, I put. Like I have fucking a picket fence around my cheeks. Like it was very scary. So for everybody wondering, don't do Nair. That's my only thing.
So basically,
lasted literally a month.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people say, oh, well, if you shave your face, it's gonna grow back thicker.
Don't start saying too soon that it's not. Okay, we'll talk in 2 weeks.
Well, no, it's because Veronica's boyfriend literally said, are you kidding me? Your face is gonna grow back as a man. Like you're gonna have all kinds of hair grow back. But I'm like, why is everybody on TikTok doing it then? Apparently it's false and that's not true.
I think it is not true though. Like I think it's not. I think it's like really more men who, I don't know,
honestly. But I shave my legs every day and nobody says anything about that. So what? How is it different than my face?
You drag the razor just a little higher. We're good to go. Honestly, shaving is one of those things that I feel like nobody talks about, but especially like Italian, like guys, like I'm sorry.
Or anyone who's like Armenian, you can't shave every 3 days. No, that hair grows back.
Everybody says
every day you have to shave.
Everybody says they love a dark-haired girl till they start going, ma, questa una femmina. I always bring back that line. Guys, I'm just gonna give you a backstory of what that line even comes from. When I was born with a full head of hair, unlike most babies, okay? And my mom, they literally had to cut my hair at the hospital, okay? When I came out.
So when you were born, did they get rid of your sideburns?
They gave me a little they gave me a little Alejandra cut. So I was born with a full head of hair, and my grandfather, when he saw me, he took the baby and he said, "Ma, questa è una femmina." And then I went, stuck around the hair, the large amount of hair. So that's where that line comes from. And if you guys don't speak Italian, it means, "Man, this is a real woman."
Do you think he would say the same thing now that you auditioned as a boy? Okay, guys, moving on to Valentine's Day. We have so many fun topics coming
I have a
at
question.
you.
I'm just going to break the ice here. Do you like Valentine's Day? You're like, you kind of have no choice. We're surrounded by heart balloons.
You know what? I'm not one of those girls who's like bitter. I've had Valentine's Days single, had a blast. I did, what do you call it? Like the girls'
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. And I've done Valentine's Day with my boyfriend. No difference. Kidding.
I hate those people that are like super sour about Valentine's Day. I'm like, yo, like calm down. Like, first of all,
just hang out with some friends.
We all know that it's a scam. We all know it's a marketing scheme. We all know.
And we're all here for it.
We're all here for it, guys. I'm super, super a holiday person. Like any holiday you throw at me, I fucking love it. Like I love decorating. I love props. I love like balloons and shit. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter to me. I've had fucking like from a kid, I've always celebrated Valentine's Day.
Right.
Always loved Valentine's Day and any other holiday. So people like who are such haters on like, oh, fuck Valentine's Day. It's so like makes you feel like you can't be. And I'm like, shut up.
First of all, you can celebrate anyone you love in your life. It doesn't have to be a boyfriend, actually. It could be your mom. It could be your grandparents. It could literally be everybody, you know?
And also, first of all, I wanted to say, I was talking to my colleague and he was like in Colombia. So he's Colombian and he was like in Colombia. Has a different name and it actually means like love and friendship. So, love and friendship. So it's not even about like couples. It's really about just like friends and lovers and anybody who you love, which I thought was actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
But obviously here, North America, we're going to be like couples.
Yeah,
but
no.
I don't know. I think like people who are like, oh, like, shut up, bro.
Yeah.
Shut up. Watch
Honestly,
a fucking movie.
I've always loved Valentine's Day, single or not, so I don't really care about that.
Do you remember in like elementary school when you had to like give everybody a Valentine and then it was like, yo, who got the most? Like, it wasn't me, guys. Like I said.
None for you, Gretchen Weeder. None for you. But going on to Valentine's Day, what are gifts you've gotten for people and have received that you liked or thought weren't good?
I mean, some people, I'm a big, as we all established.
Some people wait a lifetime.
That's not the lyrics.
And
Some
also I cannot.
people want diamond rings.
I just
want everything. That's facts for you. So I a lot of people are like, oh, it's Valentine's Day, you don't need to get a gift, like you're the girl, blah blah blah. But we're gift givers, bitches. Like our love language is gift giving. So I love giving gifts for people. And my thing on Valentine's Day is I've always been like in relationships where it's like I get a gift and then they don't do anything special, and I'm like, bitch, like I like Valentine's Day. Like I know I played it off like I don't care about Valentine's Day, but I just
feel like you've
holidays.
also done that though.
Yeah, I always say like, oh fuck Valentine's Day, because technically speaking, I don't care. Like I'm not.
You should be loved every single day of the week.
No. I just mean like I'm not expecting like a house filled with roses and like something. You know what I mean? Like I'm not expecting. Could be fun. Not saying no. Not saying no. But I'm more like I like to do something fun together. Like if we like plan a date together, like that for me is more Valentine's Day. Like I like planning like an exciting surprise or like, a little gift or whatever. But I just like having special moments, and I don't even give a fuck about Valentine's Day per se. I just like being thoughtful. I remember when I was dating somebody, I had actually like done this super, super cute Valentine's Day gift. Guys, hands down my cutest gift. And now like I'm always bitter ever since that day.
Is that why he's your ex-boyfriend?
So I had done this gift, and it's a fucking good gift idea if anybody wants it. I had done basically for every month that we were together, I made like a little envelope, and it was like whatever, August, open me, and then you would open it, there would be like a bunch of little Polaroid pictures of like memories, and then in the envelope I wrote like the best memories of that
Don't
month.
worry, guys. I'll give you the lazier version later.
So I was like, yo, I'm cute as fuck. And then I gave him this gift, and he was all like insulted that I got him like he felt like he didn't give me, like he was like, oh, like, well, I didn't know you were gonna. And I was like, yo, like, I don't give gifts to get gifts in return, but like, why are you?
Where's my gift?
But like, where the fuck's my gift? And also, like, why are you being bitter? Like, do you know what I mean?
Wow.
That's when I realized I'm maybe over thoughtful, and then I tried to dial it back a bit.
Right. And
because
that's when you realize,
I don't want to make people feel bad, but it's just like, yo, step up your fucking game, bitch.
I think that's why you have to start dropping hints before saying, oh my God, I'm getting you the cutest thing for Valentine's Day. So then you know that, fine, they're getting me a gift, I'll get them one back.
It's not even about getting the gift. It's more make them.
I know it sounds really dumb, but like,
no,
you
but
never want to be that girl going, here, I love you.
Yeah.
And
but
I don't love
you
you
don't,
back.
You don't also don't want to feel awkward, because if somebody would give me a gift and I don't have something to give them, I would feel really insecure.
Exactly. So why are you shitting on your fucking ex-boyfriend?
I know. And I'm so the secretive type, guys, where I'm so good at hiding everything. Like, if I'm doing a gift, you will never find out about it. But then I realize it's kind of going against me now, because I make it seem like you're getting no fucking gift. And then I'm there going, but where's mine?
Okay, so you've made thoughtful gifts, and what have you received? Lingerie?
Nothing really. I just like, I've never really had like an ultimate good Valentine's Day.
David, the bar is really high this year.
Honestly, it's really low, the bar. But I just like doing shit. Like, for me, it's like, bring me skating, I'm happy, you know? Like, I don't care.
So my thing with my boyfriend right now is that I hate flowers. I'm not a flower girl. My mom says I'll grow into it when I'm older. Still waiting. So he knows I hate flowers. So last year what he did was he basically bought all my favorite chocolates and built it into a flower.
See, that's so cute.
You know? I was like, oh my God, this is the best flower I ever received.
But it's because, like, that's what's cute about.
But there was one of my chocolates that I liked missing, and then I said, not so thoughtful.
Yeah, you said, maybe you don't know me that well. Fuck. But I mean, that's for me when it comes to giving gifts. Like, I would prefer something like that over just a bouquet of flowers, because it shows you actually put effort and like thought into the gift. Like, I'm a thoughtful person.
Yeah. So my issue is that my mom happens to be born on Valentine's Day. So it's like, at least I get to kill two birds with one stone. It's like, Mom, you get one gift and one gift only.
You would get your mom a gift for Valentine's Day?
Well, for her birthday, but call it Valentine's Day since it's... My dad's winning in all this.
Your
he
dad
literally gets to get one gift, and she has to say thank you, and that's the end of it. And my boyfriend is the day after, so it's very, like, sketch. It's very like, well, aren't you going to be with your mom on Valentine's Day? But then also, like, you have a boyfriend. So it's like, how do you manage everything?
Oh my God.
I know.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know.
So does your boyfriend also get a Valentine's Day gift and birthday gift?
You know what? I normally go with one.
You know, when you could save a little bit of bucks.
Yeah,
you
know what, girls? We have the kitty cat. So just put on some amazing lingerie, red, get some body strands, plug, and feel sexy. Like, honestly, even for a guy, like, if you get a girl like body jewelry or something to wear with her lingerie, because you guys know you're gonna be fucking that night, then go for it.
Yeah, I think that's cute. Even as a girl, we always get away with the like, oh my God, babe, thank you so much. Like, we're never expected to buy gifts, so you're safe. You're always safe. But like, you know, show a little effort, put on a little shebang.
Yeah, I'm really like having a hard time this year though. I don't know what to get my boyfriend. I feel like everything I want to get him, like, he kind of already has. So, and every other thing that I want to get him is probably out of my price range. So I'm having difficulty this year. If you can help me out.
This year it's, babe, here's a kiss. Well, I told you, like, one memory for each month.
I'm like, oh my God, babe, your birthday's coming up. I forgot. He's like, you only remembered because it's the day after Valentine's Day. I said, okay, don't even start.
I have a question though. Like, this is I know we've spoken about this in the past. My fucking pet peeve is when people, okay, it's not my pet peeve, but like you were saying specifically how you hate this, is when people like propose on a holiday, like Valentine's Day.
There's a million days in the year. Why do you have to choose Valentine's Day? I'm sorry, and I'm sorry if you get offended and you were proposed to on Valentine's Day. I just think there's enough days to not do it. Like, if somebody proposed to me on Valentine's Day, I would think that they're not romantic enough to figure out another day to make another day special. Imagine having to say happy 1 year on Valentine's Day. Like, I'm not into it. No.
I totally agree, and I know we're fucking complainers, but hey, You guys love it. So I totally agree. Pick another fucking day.
At my old job, Valentine's Day was coming up, and the girl who was sitting next to me, who worked with me in marketing, we were talking, and I was like, oh, I can't with people who get proposed to on Valentine's Day. And suddenly she just gets quiet and keeps typing on her computer. I'm going, 100% she got proposed to on Valentine's Day, and I just stuck my foot in my mouth.
I do that all the time.
Well, it's not that bad. I'm like, why, you were proposed to on Valentine's Day? She basically nodded her head and said, yeah. I said, this is the last time I'm going to say it, and here I am dropping it again.
Oh my God.
Peace and love. If you got proposed to, you're fucking lucky. I don't even know why I'm here with all these standards. I'm never going to get proposed to.
We're here with no ring saying, don't fucking propose to me on Valentine's Day.
But I also feel like girl to girl, like, especially when you're all like the same age and like, and I could see this happening with our friends and everything. When we get older and everybody starts getting engaged at the same time, it's very like, if some girl's bachelorette is coming and the other guy proposes to his girl, like, it's like, don't take the light off me. And like, I feel like we say there's a lot of days in a year, but then also you better not take my day and my day. And suddenly you actually have no days because you don't want to piss off the friend. Like,
I also think like, once one person gets proposed to, then it's dominoes, because then it's like no matter what, it goes, oh, so I heard Alessia's engaged. When are you gonna, you know what I mean? Like it's like the ticker goes on, the timer goes on.
And like, I'm sorry, like I would expect my best friend to have kids at the same time as me so that they could grow up together and be best friends.
Like, what the fuck?
So like TikTok.
But I totally agree. But I think like for me in general, like I'm a very thoughtful person, and I totally agree.
Yeah, you let everybody know that.
I'll let everybody
know
the album.
That.
Yeah. My boyfriend's getting a note this year. Love ya. Thoughtful.
I got a note on my card today, but it said, don't park here, you will get towed. So at least it's the thought that counts.
Honestly. Thoughtful. They could have let you go and get towed. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I just feel like if you pick Valentine's Day, it's like, for a proposal, I find that there has to be something in it that has some form of like backstory. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's people who like propose where they first met or whatever, and like they put thought into it, or somewhere where she likes. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, but I feel like a proposal is really like to kind of show like, I really know you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I'm not just saying
I love you and I don't know the qualities of why I love you.
Yeah, you know, like I would prefer like something thoughtful over like a rooftop filled with roses. Like, you know what I mean? Like there has to
be fun also.
Depends if there's a thought behind the rooftop. But I just feel like there has to be a thought behind it, and doing like a Valentine's Day is like, unless there's something specific about Valentine's Day, I just feel like it's thoughtless. You know what I mean? And I would be like if I got proposed on Valentine's Day, like I'm not saying I would say no, but I would say yes, and I'll be a little disappointed.
I would tell him to redo it.
I mean, I hear always these stories. I would tell him to redo it. Babe, reschedule. I feel like the older generation.
Do it next week when my nails done, okay?
No. If you let somebody get proposed to with their nails not done, you're a bad friend.
I don't care what you have to do. Tell your girlfriend, I need some girl time, or go and get your nails. Figure it out, schedule it with the best friend. Like, yeah.
You are a bad friend, and you're jealous if you let her get her proposed to with her nails not done. But they need to have, at the nail salon, they should have like some emergency spots for like getting proposed to, you know? I feel like back in the day, the proposals were very like, it wasn't like, I feel like just recently proposals started to become like a shebang, because... Shebang. What am I, 72 years old?
I feel like the older we get, though, the more it becomes like a social media setting.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like, it's like, how much does he love you, and how much can he prove it through the videos, pictures, and what stunt he does, you know? So I'm not saying propose to me when I'm flying off a plane, but like, you know.
But I mean, I feel like back in the day, they'd literally be like, yo, you want to get married? And then they'd be like...
Funny story, actually. My mom and dad, when I heard their proposal story, I literally wanted to hide and never get married. So, so I was like, Mom, like, you never told me how you got proposed to. She goes, well, it's not really a story I tell people. And I'm like, why? What happened? She's like, and my dad started smirking. I'm like, no, say the story. Speak up. And so basically what had happened is my dad had no game. I'll just put that out there. And second of all, he had no game. And third of all, He had no game.
Zero game.
So my mom was getting ready. They were going out for dinner or whatever. And my dad decided to take the diamond ring and put it in her jewelry box because he knew after she was going to get ready, she was going to go through her jewelry box to put on jewelry. My mom's a big jewelry person. Shout out to why we started Body Shines. And basically, yeah, she was going to see it as she was getting ready. But my mom had all kinds of like fake jewelry and real jewelry all mixed up in that jewelry box. So when she's getting ready, she's like me, we're always rushing. So my dad's waiting for her as they're on their way out. So she's putting on her jewelry and my dad's just smirking at her because she's obviously not seeing the ring. And she's just there like, what? And my dad's just smiling. And my dad literally had to tell her there's a fucking ring in the jewelry box.
Oh my
like that
God.
At that point, do the basic, get down on one knee and say, will you marry me? It's probably why they're always screaming at each other these days.
It all goes back to that woman we never forget. We never forget.
We never forget.
She probably said, what the fuck is this?
No, literally. But Dad, how to make your ring look like $2?
Yeah,
like,
throw it in the jewelry box full of cheap jewelry. You know what I mean? Like,
what the fuck?
She really went, babe, is this that thing that we got in the machine?
You know what? It really goes back to the relationship now because my mom says, all I ever want for my birthday and Valentine's Day is flowers. And your father, he can't even do that.
Maybe she should check her jewelry box more often. But I think especially back in the day, you always had to ask for like permission and like...
I think they still do though, no?
I guess it depends the family and how traditional you are and I guess your religion as well because there's some religions that...
Yeah.
And no hate against that, but I just like... For me... It's I find asking for permission to marry somebody is a bit like, okay, I have my own, like, and I'm such an independent feminist, like, you know, except when the bill comes, but whatever. But like, I just feel like if you're going to my family to ask if you can marry me, it's like, they don't get to choose. Like, I'm fucking saying yes or no.
Me.
Yeah, like they don't get to decide. Like,
yes, but it's
a bit
also,
like shipping me off.
I totally understand, but I also get the respect and like, can I marry your daughter?
Like whatever. There's always two sides to the story, but it also fucking kills the vibe. Like if you have to start going and asking, and then it's not a surprise anymore, and then you know it's coming. Like that would be if like I need to not know it's coming. You know what I mean? That would be my favorite thing because I don't like when I can figure out a surprise. Like it's like try harder.
I mean, if I look at me and like...
Make sure your nails are nice.
Thanks.
Veronica's boyfriend, David's girlfriend. Well, that would make sense. That would make sense if she's a boy.
I didn't shave my sideburns off yet, so we're still
and David
Veronica.
wears crop top, so he could be a girl. You guys probably know my boyfriend is Jewish, so I mean, there's never gonna be that like Veronica David love story. Like, to be realistic, you can't just propose to somebody when it's really in their culture. I would need to convert. That's 100%. So as much as like if I would get married to him, my engagement wouldn't be a surprise. It wouldn't be. You know?
There's no way
Look,
that it
I
could.
wouldn't know the day he would do it, but I'd have to go through the whole conversion, and that alone is like 3 years. And like,
Crazy.
It needs to be like convincing the rabbi that I want to be Jewish without knowing that there's a man in my life, and that's the reason I'm doing it. It's actually really
They're
crazy.
very, very, very particular about that. Like as soon as they get a sense that you're only converting for the marriage, it's like boom, you're exiled almost. And you know what? To a certain extent, I understand because I mean, a religion for a lot of people is super sacred, and you don't want people just jumping in when they don't really genuinely believe in it. So I can totally understand, but it is really challenging, like especially when you have like family that feels a certain way. Like a lot of the times it's not usually the couple. Like it's not the couple that like really cares what religion you are. It's more the family and the tradition. And I especially feel
like my mom, dad, they're very like, they're old school, but they're also like, okay, like I feel like a lot of people misunderstand like changing, like they think if you convert that doesn't make you Italian anymore. And I know, as stupid as that sounds, like at the end of the day, whether I convert or not, it doesn't change the fact that I'm Italian. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, religion and culture is two different things.
But some people don't get that.
Yeah, it's just a religion.
Yeah.
But it's even a much more for the woman. If anybody doesn't know, like in Judaism, it's passed down by the woman. So
it's very important that the woman is
Jewish.
And that's why, like, let's say if I was Jewish and my boyfriend was Italian per se, it would be okay because I'm the woman who's Jewish. But in my case, that's why it's that much more important.
And it's so stressful because it's such a long process. I know there's even like a fast way to do it, but it's super looked down upon in the Jewish community. Like, people are like, if you do that, it's like they don't take you seriously and you get looked down upon. And it sucks. You don't want to be like, especially like it's not your culture. You know what I mean? Like, you're coming in. You don't want to step in on a bad note. Like, oh, she just did this and that. And I think with every religion, every culture, they're super like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think, especially like being Jewish and being Italian, there's a lot of traits that are very similar and like family oriented. Okay, them, they do Shabbat on Friday, us it's on Sunday. There's a lot of things that are similar. But if I have to break down to my grandmother that I'm converting, she is, let me tell you, she kept that alive for me to go, hold on a second. I'm just trying to decide something. You want to convert? She would be like insulted.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's more the traditional aspect, like more the traditional people take it a lot more seriously, whereas us, we're like, you know, we're a little bit more open. And I think especially, first of all, Judaism and like Catholicism is actually very similar. So it's not like, do you know what I mean? Anyways, I just think religion is an interesting topic
for another day.
For another day. I mean, I did my communion, I did my baptism, I did fucking everything, but even now I'm just like, I'm not so attached. Like, I wouldn't call myself a religious person. And do I want to get married in a church? Like, it's more like my nonna that's gonna go,
exactly.
You're not getting married in church. You know what I mean? Like, it's very like you have these strong family values, but also
it's definitely like
it goes to what you believe in.
Yeah,
it goes to what you believe in. If you're like, no, like I'm very like, I don't want to, you know what I mean? But like I'm saying, at the end of the day, there's so many similarities within religions, and they're not very like strict. You know what I mean? Like, you can find truth in anything depending how you look at it. So as long as you take that, like, I think it's so super interesting to, you know, have to convert and that whole vibe, like religion. I think so many people, especially in Montreal, because we're so multicultural, we have so many communities that are like Muslim, Jewish, and all these things that you have to convert to get married. Or like even Greeks, like Greeks usually like they want to both be Orthodox. I think that's what Greeks are. You know what I mean? Like, we have so many cultures in Montreal, and so many people probably struggle with that. Or another thing that always is crazy to me is people that like have to marry within their
community,
like not even like they're not open to converting, like it's like the family expects them to marry another Greek girl, or the family expects them to marry another Italian girl. It's, you know
what though, I feel like over the years that's changing, and fine, there's gonna be families who are not like that and they're still old fashioned, but I think with time, like I remember my boyfriend was telling me, like, if I would have met you 4 years ago, my grandmother would have never accepted. And it's just the thing about like time really does change everything. And the older, you know, the grandparents get, they realize that like love is all that really is important. And like, you know, if she's gonna make my son happy, then I'd rather him just be happy than try and control who he's with.
1,000,000%.
And guys, my boyfriend's a real Italian at heart. Like,
he's a cooker, guys. I don't know. I think the conversion should be going the other way around. Can you convert to Italian? Just inject a bit of olive oil and you're set. Today's episode is sponsored by Haute Balloon. Check them out on Instagram. Check them out on their site. You can get amazing Valentine's Day customized balloons for your girl, guy, mom, dad. Doesn't matter who it is. Everybody fucking loves balloons. And as you know, we're also doing a giveaway with them. So we will be announcing the winner this week. So you still have a chance to sign up and maybe you can win something for free.
Veronica and I are both wearing body jewelry with our outfits. Valentine's Day is around the corner, and what a great time to get for your girl, guy, body jewelry. If you're getting them lingerie, this is a perfect add-on, and I'm giving a promo code of Valentine's Day 10 for 10% off our whole site.
As you know, we have Neonific. As always, Chemical X at checkout. You get 10% off any custom neon sign or pre-made one. And everything is going to be linked down below.
Valentine's Day is around the corner. You can get Be Mine. You could do whatever the fuck you want. If you're proposing, which I don't recommend on Valentine's Day. Okay,
anyway,
so
on a lighter topic, guys, since we're on the topic of proposals, weddings, everything, I don't know where the fuck who am I snapping at? I wanted to say I'm a big, if anybody doesn't know this about me, which probably fucking don't, I'm obsessed with wedding dresses. I'm obsessed with weddings. As a kid,
say yes to the dress.
Say yes to the dress. Just say yes. As a kid, I loved, like, I always wanted to be a wedding planner. I'm super obsessed with weddings. Just in like the actual like vibe. I love wedding dresses.
Do you want a big wedding?
I don't know.
Do you want a big ring?
The older I get, the more I'm like, I kind of want to be like 20 people partying.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? But Italians, it's so like you're fucking somebody you never met's at your wedding.
Literally,
like,
and suddenly you don't even have to list your own wedding. Your
friends are not even there.
Your grandparents are planning who comes to the wedding.
They're saying, let me see that list.
Literally.
But
I give la bouche. I choose.
I choose. But actually, I'll side note what I was about to say. This is such a thing with big families, choosing your bridesmaids or the maid. What the fuck is the guys called?
A groomsman.
The groomsmen.
So the problem is, I just want to know when Veronica and David get married, I obviously am gonna be the bridesmaids, but like, how do we tell that to your sister, who also thinks she's gonna be it? Like, how does that work? Like, do I have to not be insulted if you say, Ale, you were really the chosen one, but I couldn't choose you because I have 35 cousins in line?
That's what I'm saying, guys. I'm sure so many people can relate to this struggle. When you have like a big family and like so many girl cousins and so many this and brothers and sisters, it's like your family, it's like they expect to be, especially like even your boyfriend or girlfriend, like they might have a lot of sisters, a lot of brothers that want to be in the wedding party.
Do they need to come to the bachelorette party if you're like not really
how do you
close?
say like sorry, like. And for me, especially, I have so many cousins, and it's like, crazy. How do I start going, okay, well, I have to throw in a friend somewhere. Like, I can't just start, and then it's which cousin didn't get picked, and then, oh, she didn't take any of her family members. It's all dramatics. And that's why the other day I was like, I might just fucking have no bridesmaids. And just be alone because I'm the star of the show.
You know what though, if you only have me, it's fine. Everyone can just hate me, but it's not like you brought any family members involved, anything. You chose
But then
one.
Another thing is, I have a lot of guy friends, and I'm like, I want my guy friends to be in my wedding party. How do I start saying, babe, cancel out on your side a bit, okay? We're gonna throw in. I could always throw Peter in a dress.
Oh my god.
And then another thing, I always think about the fact that our best friend Peter is 6'4", and I'm like, he's gonna throw off all the wedding pictures. Like, what the fuck? Now I have to build a special stage so that he could stand. Guys, these are all things that you don't think about, okay? It goes back to the art direction.
But as the creative director that she is, she's already finding a stool for her tall friend.
I'm already saying, Peter, look, we're all gonna wear stilettos and you're gonna have to go a little lower.
I think I want a big wedding. Shut up, Alessia. You want a big wedding.
I want to have like a Met Gala wedding. I want it to be like red fucking
I want
carpet.
it to be like the wedding of the century.
So
like,
how do we fight about this?
Deandra from Chemical X is getting married.
I want it to be very red carpet. Like everybody's in like a fucking gown.
But I also don't like the girls who choose their bridesmaids dresses and they all look horrible. Like the girl who's a little thicker than the thin girl, they won't suit the same dress. Like please let them have a say. Why do they all have to be in the same pineapple dress? Like
it's always the and the bride's in the fucking I
feel like they almost do that.
No, they do it on purpose.
They stand up.
They do it on
I'm sorry,
purpose.
I want my friends to look hot.
No. Listen to me, guys. I already have my bridesmaid dresses planned out. I hate bitches, and you're a fucking bitch if you do this, okay? If you make your bridesmaids be in ugly dresses so that you feel better about yourself, you need to recheck your life, okay? Yeah. We can all look fucking hot. You're still the one getting married. Everybody's looking at you.
You're still the one in white.
But we don't want to look like fucking curtains beside you, okay?
Literally. Curtains is the exact word to call it.
They're always the souk, and it's
no body shape. Yeah. It looks like the material is like dying on them.
No. I want my bridal party and my bride dress to be offending. The older people at my wedding.
How do you want your wedding dress to be? Do you want it to be tight or do you want like some poof? Do you want some lace?
I have it picked out, guys. Don't worry about it. I've been in this business for a while. Okay? I pick out everybody's wedding dress. I think I've said like 3 times to Alessia, this is your wedding dress.
Veronica's thing and what she always does is she goes through wedding dresses every day, all day. And then she decides what your wedding dress is going to be. And then she sends it to you and says, this would be your wedding dress. This is what would suit you. And I'm like, bitch, let me have a say in my own dress.
I've done this to you are not my friend if I have not sent you a wedding dress and said, this is your wedding dress. Like, I just pick. And then they always end up saying, you know what? You're kind of right, though.
I see what you're saying.
You know what? I kind of see it.
I know it was the thing back in the day to have like such puffy dress. I just want the simplest dress that just looks amazing on my body and hugs it.
Alessia wants a silk body hugging, kind
Yes.
of like long train with like a nice veil, and she wants to be elegant but sexy.
Exactly. And I want my makeup to be done and I want my hair to be done. I'm not gonna start doing those fucking prom curls because I don't look like that on the regular day. Like, I want some nice waves. I want a rock on my finger,
It's
and
just
I want to call it a day.
when you start, this is no hate to makeup artists, but I have never had a makeup artist do my makeup where I liked it.
Okay,
you know
well,
what I mean?
yeah.
So what happens on my wedding day when I start branching out and getting the $300 makeup artist, and then I start saying, you know what, scrap this. I'm going to go back to my $2 pharmacy makeup and how I like it.
Yeah, I feel like that's why a lot of people do trials and stuff. I think I'm not going to do my hair any different than like just some
It's
waves
always,
or
when you
straight.
start fucking around, then you start
Yeah.
looking bad as fuck.
Yeah, like my godmother got married and the photographer, like, she's beautiful, my godmother, and her pictures came out amazing. She did a light makeup, but he was even like, do you mind if after the wedding, like, I love this dress on you, like, we reshoot for his portfolio with just even cleaner makeup? Because for some reason it sells it even more.
Yeah.
The second you start putting that glitter
Purple
and all that
eyeshadow,
stuff,
and it's just like, it starts to look, you want to look, beautiful.
and a lot
You
of
don't wanna
makeup artists do the cakey look.
Yeah,
you
but it's
know?
made for it to look good in
I
pictures.
know,
You know what
I
I mean?
know.
No hate on the makeup artists, guys. I know there's some amazing ones out there. I'm just a picky fucking bitch.
Yeah. I
But-
feel like I don't like when makeup artists do my makeup, but I'm going to find somebody who could do it on my wedding day because, listen,
Yeah.
I can't do my makeup every day the same. I can't. It's one day
I
want to
look different.
Yeah.
I want to look like, who's that bra? I want to look like Princess Diaries when they do the makeover and she comes out at 10 out of 10. That's how I imagine always my makeover to be.
Oh my God.
But what I was saying before, going back to wedding dresses, I'm obsessed with the show Say Yes to the Dress.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah,
Do you
of
watch it?
course.
Okay,
I
so
watched it when I was younger, though, not now.
yeah, I mean, it's been going on for so long. I recently started watching it again because they have it on Snapchat, which is hilarious. But I watched the episodes on Snapchat, and I'm sure everybody can relate to this. I've said this 45 times in the fucking episode. Fuck, what am I trying to say? We're relatable? Anyways, literally the brides come, and I'm sorry, if you walk in to Kleinfeld's and on this show and you start saying, I have a budget of 2,000, get off the show. I want to see the 10,000s and up. I want to see the unlimited budgets, okay? As soon as I see their budget is low, I say, next episode. I don't want to watch this shit. And then I'm walking in, I'm saying my budget is $2 and find me my best dress.
And everyone's going, next. But don't know why a lot of people don't do this, but I would almost like rent a dress for the wedding day. Like, why do people
Smart.
buy it? Like, I just
Smart.
want to have the sickest dress.
Yeah, but then you're ruining the whole wedding dress
Like,
industry.
let's be real. Everybody keeps it because, their daughter might wear it. Listen,
Your daughter's not
their
wearing
daughter when they get to that age, they're going, "Mom, you wore this.
Like,
How did it
fucking
look?
like-
Show me pictures because it looks terrible."
But another thing I wanted to say about Say Yes to Dress, last thing, this is like The Bachelor for me, you know what I mean? So there's also, guys, this is my pet peeve. The girl comes in and she's like, like, I want something like fun, like a little bit more like sexy, whatever. They literally bring guys a V-neck that's still here, and the family goes, it's just, you look trashy, it's too provocative. And I'm like, guys,
God.
bring out I want to
Bring
see
out
the
the deep
leg
V's.
out. I want to see the low back. Like,
I agree.
where's the fun dresses?
I
Like,
know.
it really ruins my life. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm going on this show and I'm saying, bring me the bikini, and that's my wedding dress. And they're gonna go,
Literally.
and my whole family's gonna go, wow, beautiful, beautiful. I hate, like, and then they come and the mom starts saying no, and I'm like,
First
You
of
don't get a
all,
say.
like, yeah. If there's something I like and I love it, like,
Yeah,
I
I don't care
really
what the
don't
fuck
care
you
what
say.
anyone says, but I
Yeah.
also want you to also agree with me because then I'm going to be insecure.
there's one answer and it's to agree with me.
Okay,
That's it.
so you are walking down, it's your wedding day, and you're walking and your boyfriend's not crying. What do you do?
I turned back around, started from the top. We're doing this again. And guys, my boyfriend has no fucking excuse. He's an actor. Okay? I don't care if it's fake. I don't care if it's real.
I
I
don't care if you have to
better
put
see
Visine in those eyes.
I don't care if you have to turn around and do a little.
You better fucking cry.
Show me the tears, baby. This is a fucking movie, okay? And if you think that I'm crying after I just paid $300, I got news for you. I'm doing a.
Veronica, $300 is maybe just on the trial. Your actual wedding day is probably like $2,000 to do your makeup.
Why is that a thing?
But also, I want like that cute video that everyone does, but I don't want it tacky when they start with the shoes.
Oh,
and they
under
go to
the shoe it says,
ring,
David
and then they show the
Veronica.
guy and he's like playing basketball with his friends. Like,
And then all the bridesmaids are in their robes and
But
they
then
go,
Yeah, but then I also I don't think there's a way to do it where it's not cheesy.
oh no. I already have my wedding videography examples. Guys, when I say that,
you can't be taking the videos on your own wedding day.
no, I have the mood board ready to go.
Oh, okay.
I have a few companies that it's a fucking movie. Like, this is like,
Are you getting engaged soon? Like, she has the company.
I want to be a wedding planner, guys. If anybody wants me to plan their wedding, I'm for hire.
Oh
apparently.
my god. And also, flowers are so expensive.
Weddings are expensive. Like, I'm not getting married
Like, I
until I
knew
could
weddings
afford
were expensive. I didn't know that 1/3 of the wedding was flowers. Like, it's crazy.
Maybe I'll skip on the flowers for my wedding.
Like,
Well, I just think weddings are so expensive, and I don't want to start having a wedding where it's like
low budget.
I also like, it's funny when people realize that Italians, you give money at a wedding. I remember.
Oh my god! I was talking about this with my boyfriend. We're going to his on
Leave
his
it to
side
the Italians
wedding.
to start saying, huh?
Abushka.
1, 2, 3, 4, 200 each in the envelope.
It's so true though. If you really think about it, like, it's crazy. When I go to weddings on my boyfriend's side, I'm like, you guys didn't give an envelope?
There's no envelope.
That's so
and
rude.
it's always
They're
like this.
no.
Too. You give the envelope and they're like this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, like a box at the front before coming in where you leave the envelope. And
There's
you
not
slide
even
it
contact.
No,
Guys, boost is the funniest like concept.
It actually like you have to start going, okay, I'm bringing 3 kids. Like, that's how my parents used to do. We're bringing 3 kids. The meal is probably this much. You want to leave them at least this much. $200 a person. Okay, we're 5.
And don't get me wrong, they keep a book too. The aunts, there's always that aunt that has the book. Yeah, Mary. When she came to the baptism, she left 50 per person. We're gonna give her 50. Let's go. Load them up.
No, I'm in tears. But literally.
Guys, that's actually how it is. But when I think about it, I'm like, you know what? It honestly, I'm happy I'm Italian because it makes sense because you're paying for this whole thing.
I know.
When I think of people having a wedding and not getting money, like, honestly, some Italians, guys, we come out on top at the end of the wedding.
Yeah,
we make a profit.
That's the whole thing. It pays for their whole honeymoon.
Italians, we did it right. And there's other cultures that do it. I think Greeks do that as well. But we got it right here. We're not going down in the negative.
We were always collectors. Guys, if you haven't noticed, subscribe to our channel. We collect.
We always come back to collect.
Oh my god. Anyways,
crying.
all this to say, I want a wedding that's high maintenance. There, I said it.
I also want to have a wedding when I'm hot in my prime, but also when I can afford it.
My god, hurry up. Let's set the date now.
It's a bit like there's a time
She's
limit.
turning into a boy suit. Hurry up. Let's do this.
There's a fucking time limit. What do you think about girls who propose to the guy? I recently saw a TikTok of a girl proposing and everybody was like hating on her.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody has watched the show Bling Empire. It's rich Asians who are living in LA, and one of the girls basically proposes to her husband on his birthday.
Okay.
And it was very
so
like,
already against rule number 1, doing it on the birthday?
Don't do it on a birthday. Don't do it on Valentine's Day. Basically, you
don't
have
do it on Christmas. Don't do it on somebody else's wedding. So guys, you have 12 days left. Choose one of those.
Yeah. And then also make sure it's not when your friend's getting proposed to. You know what? I'm not against it. Like, woman equality, you want to do it, go for it. But listen, I want my man to get down on one knee.
I mean,
I'm not against it, like, cute, but
I would just be like, yeah. I love, my favorite videos are like when there's like same-sex couples who like propose at the same time. I'm like,
wait,
this is
what?
so, I've seen so many like proposal videos where it's like the girl's proposing to her girlfriend and then the girlfriend pulls out the ring too and they both had the same idea. I'm like, this is love. Like,
wow.
This is peak love.
How does it work in a relationship like that? Do 2 people wear wedding rings?
I guess to each their own.
Yeah, but like Ed Sheeran, you know that his wife proposed to him.
Really?
I don't know if you knew that, yeah.
Really? That's cool though.
Not me, but I'm pretty sure, yeah.
But like, what kind of ring do you give a guy? Because a guy doesn't have a wedding ring.
It was like a band to say like, he's taken. Ooh. He's getting famous,
I mean,
but
when
he's
you're
taken.
Ed Sheeran, you have, the girl said, listen, I'm getting down on one knee. I don't give a fuck.
She said, I'm proposing to Ed Sheeran because I'm getting on that will. He wants to break up with me after, no problem. His bank account's gonna say no
but
problem.
a lot
also.
of celebrities do prenups, which means that they don't get anything.
But prenups
what do you
doesn't
feel about
mean
that?
okay. I feel like a lot of people misinterpret this. Just because you have a prenup doesn't mean you don't get money. Prenup just means it starts from when you start getting married. So all the money a man can make or a woman after they're married still gets split, whether you have a prenup or not.
Well,
So marry rich, guys. Kidding.
I don't know how the facts work really, but
Yeah,
I
I don't
there-
actually
I think
know.
prenups can be like negotiated. Like I think there's prenups that you sign that are like you don't get a penny of what I have. Like it's up to me.
Yeah.
But how would you feel if you were marrying a celebrity? And then they
I
were
wouldn't
like,
know how that feels, but yeah.
and they were like, sign this here. Like, how do you say like, listen?
So
Okay, half the reason I'm here is for you
one
to
of
not make
my
me sign a
friends,
paper.
the mom would always say, if he puts a prenup, he doesn't really love you. And I would always die at that. I'm like, honestly, I feel you, but like, I also get why.
I know what
they
you
would do
mean,
it.
but you never know what can happen it's not even about how much he loves you. It's more like you never know what could happen. Like,
I know.
Genuinely speaking, like,
Justin Bieber and Haley, right? He didn't want to put a prenup. And I thought that was the cutest thing ever. I said, wow, like, even with his millions of dollars,
but
he was very like,
Haley's also not saying, Haley has her own shit to back up on. Like, she's not, they both have
100%,
money.
but she has nothing like Justin Bieber.
Of course.
And I think that was really cute that he was like, no prenup. I don't know if they ended up putting one in the end, but all the lawyers were saying, you're putting one.
Yeah, because it's more to protect yourself. Like, you never know what can happen. No matter how much you love somebody,
Yeah.
there's so many things that can come in between. Like, there is so many things, guys.
And one is a bad proposal. You don't want to,
proposing on a birthday.
like,
Not crying when I'm walking down the aisle. But, I mean, for me, it's like, I would be a little bit, like, shocked if somebody would be like, sign this prenup. That's like, well, you don't think we're going to last? Like, that's already giving bad vibes onto the wedding. But, guys, it's
totally get-
2021 and
relationship
literally
spans last,
half
what,
of-
10 years in weddings?
half of marriages end in a divorce. And
Actually,
I'm
it's
not
more
being
than 50% now.
really.
Yeah.
It's not even to be pessimistic. It's just like relationships were not built to last forever. Yes, it can happen if you really work on a relationship, but you never know what could happen. Somebody can go through something in their life and you're just not in the same place, and it's not even how much you love somebody it's anymore. It's they're
I honestly have two vibes.
I have two
Sometimes
vibes.
I'm like, do I even need to get married? But then I'm like, if I am gonna get married, like, I also want the Pope on my wedding. You know what I mean? Like, I have literally two vibes. A part of me is like, fuck it, let's go on vacation. My closest friends, grab my parents, get my nana there, and let's call it a day. Like, I swear I go through different
I go
vibes.
through like I want a vacation wedding, and then I also want the biggest wedding in the world.
It's crazy.
But see,
Or
my
we do
problem
too.
my problem is not about I don't, and I'm sorry I'm toxic, but I don't give a fuck about the marriage. We could not even sign the paper. I just want the wedding. I just
No,
love
I honestly
weddings.
agree with that.
I'm a party planner. I genuinely have
Yeah.
a genuine love for weddings. That's why I care so much. It's not so
I
much
always
about
say
the
to my
wedding.
friends, I'm like, who the fuck's gonna get married? I want a wedding coming up.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't care, and like you can hate on me all you want, guys, but I'm fucking fake. I love weddings. I love weddings.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, wow. Like,
Same.
I love a good wedding. I love attending weddings. I think they're beautiful. I think they're amazing. And yes, there's so much sentiment behind it, and it's so like special, but coming down to it, like, I don't, for me, like, the wedding is marriage. It's different things, you know. I don't need a marriage to be like, I'm serious in my relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just want to have the wedding because it's beautiful, it's fun, it's amazing.
Yeah,
You
I
get to
agree.
celebrate with everybody, but I wouldn't care so much. And I remember when I first started dating my boyfriend, this is something that I think is interesting to talk to. The older you get, the more you're like, I know what I want, and I'm not going to start like putzing around, as my dad would say. Like, when you get older, not saying that I'm old, but you start going like, hey, if I'm getting into a serious relationship, like, hopefully this is like the one. Like, you have plans, you want kids, you want to get married. You kind of have to see at a certain point, like, hey, do you want this too? Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be with somebody who doesn't want to have kids because I want to have kids. And why would we fall in love, have an amazing relationship for 10 years just for me to start going, well, I want kids. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bridgerton, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how do you
But I
feel
think-
about bringing that up when you're
I think
dating?
if you're in your late 20s and you're getting to your 30s, and that it really has to do with what you want at whatever time. I think
Mm-hmm.
when you're dating, the person who wants and his alignment with you and wants the same thing will not scare off that guy.
No.
It's going to scare off the boy who doesn't want it. And that's
Exactly.
fine because you don't want to end up with them anyways, right?
Exactly.
So I think it's all a timing of life and who you come by and how you approach the situation. If you're going after a guy that literally is not giving you the time of day and is literally just fucking you and you're like, I just want him to give me a kid, then like, babe, move on. Like, you're only getting older and you have to go for what you know is gonna last.
But what do you think about bringing it up? Like, when do you think is the right time to bring it up in a relationship?
I think the more I get older and the more like you date, I think the more you're like, you don't have time for bullshit.
Yeah.
I think first date, if you want to be like, look, are you looking into having kids? Like, is that something you want?
I feel like
I think there's nothing wrong with asking. I think don't come off very like, this is what I want. Still be
and this is the names of our kids.
Yeah, still be sexy, still be flirty. But I think there's nothing wrong with asking.
I think it's even sexy
make you crazy. I think it's sexy as a woman to be like, this is what I want and that's what I'm working towards.
Do you want that?
Are you on the same page?
Yeah, I think there's so much controversy
if not,
over like,
we end the drinks here. You still pay the bill and I'm on my way out.
We might see each other when I'm lonely next week at 2 a.m. But hey. You don't want kids.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think there's a lot of controversy over people being like, oh, bro, she asked me if I wanted to get married and this and that. Like, more on guys, like, they feel a little bit like, what the fuck? Like, for them, like, that's like that commitment. But women, the way we're wired, we're a little more like, and I've even seen some guys be very like, I want kids. Like, I know some guys who like really want kids and they get into a relationship like, look, do you want kids? Because I want kids within the next 2 years. Like,
I think that
I've
also
seen people
happens
like that.
the older you get. Like, I think when you're in your young 20s, you're not really looking like into that. I think it's the older you get, the more you're like, okay, like, how do I want my life to be?
But honestly, I think my one advice would be like, on no matter what age you are, if you feel a certain way, if you're like, I really value marriage, I really value starting a family, I don't think there's anything wrong with bringing that up to somebody. Like, I don't think there's ever a wrong time to say like, hey, look, like, you can bring it up casually or whatever it is. Like, I remember when I first started dating my boyfriend, like, he was always very like, he had this vibe like, he didn't want to get married. Like, he didn't care about marriage. He didn't care about weddings and all that. And for me, as you guys know after this episode, I'm obsessed with weddings. So I was like, there's no, like, I don't have, like, there's no in between for me. Like, I really want to have a wedding. I've dreamed of this. Like, it's my passion almost.
But
you know what I mean?
in my mind, it's very like, if the guy loves the girl enough, he'll give her what she wants.
Yeah. So I remember he would always talk like that. Oh, I'll get married in Vegas. And I was like, that is not what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then I always felt kind of like, oh my God, like, I'm already in love with this person, like, love at first sight, but like, we're not going to get married. Like, it's not going to go anywhere because we don't have the same goals. And I kind of felt sad. And I remember like early on in the relationship, we were drunk in an Uber and I had just brought it up and I just said like, oh, like, you know, like, I know you don't want to marry, but like, what do you think? Like, would you get married? Like, and then he was like, you know, like, if you love it, like, I would love to get married to you. Like, I don't mind. And I was like, okay, locked.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, love you now.
Yeah.
Uber, you could drop me off here. We're good to go.
That's very cute.
As much for me, like, you know, it's nice to meet people halfway, but when you have things that you're not really negotiable on, like starting a family or something, like, I think those are things that are very important. As much as we want to act like they're not, like, it's important, and you don't want to push somebody to do something they don't want to do.
I think, look, at the end of the day, dating is never easy, and that's why, like, people think, you know, oh, it didn't work out with him. There's millions of people in the world and not everybody is for you. Okay. So I just think the more you date, the more you learn what you want. And the more you're going to get more of like a clear vision on like, he's not the type who's going to give me kids. Like you start to think more long term. And I think you start to divide like who you're going to go for. And you're suddenly going to find yourself in a path where it's going to align with yours, because you're not going to be giving those fuckboys that you used to give the time of day. And you're going to focus on somebody who wants the same thing. So I think it's all about communicating what you want earlier on than later. And it doesn't make you crazy. It just makes you know what you want. And everybody likes a woman who's confident.
Yeah. So. And you're worse, like, you're better off saying it and then they get scared away and whatever, than waiting till you guys actually have a decent relationship. And you never want to be in the position where you're forcing somebody to do something they don't want to do. And not to bring up Bridgerton again, but bitch, it's #1 show in Canada. I'm sure you've all seen it. Like, she really wanted kids and he lied, said he couldn't have them. And then she basically forced him to have a kid, you know? Like, you don't... Spoiler alert. Oh my God, guys. Maybe let's remove that. But anyways, if you watch Bridgerton, then you know what happened. But basically, you don't want to force somebody, especially something so serious like marriage or kids. You don't want to make somebody feel like, well, I love you so much, I don't want to leave you, and now I have to do this for
like
you.
Feel
You know,
like you need to get a kid to lock them down. Or
yeah,
whatever,
but I just think like you never want to be in the even opposite position. You don't want to be in a position where you don't want something and somebody's pressuring you to do it. Like there's a lot of women who don't want to get married, who don't want to have kids, and that's fine. Like, but there's no use staying with somebody and then you're gonna eventually like have to leave and be heartbroken because you're not gonna budge on that. So it's very
that's why I never understood, and maybe people will come at me for this, is saying like 3 years in the relationship and they're crying because they're like, he doesn't want kids. I'm like, how do you find out 3 years later that they don't want kids? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I'm not to say that it's your fault, but when
you're in a relationship, you have to make sure your goals align.
Yeah.
But also, I remember there's a lot of people that
people
do this.
could change also.
People change their mind. Like my mom grew up never wanting kids. She had no interest in having kids. It wasn't in her view. Like she was like, no, I have no like will to have kids, you know. My mom had children and she was like, it was the best thing. I was born to be a mother. It was like, I can't believe I ever could have not wanted this. Like I was meant to be on this earth to be a mother. And I'm like, whoa, it's crazy how you went from not wanting to have kids to like, you were like, this is my only thing. So you can change your mind. Like maybe somebody has one kid and they're like, oh my God, like this is not for me. Like I want to have one kid, that's it. And the other person's like, well, I wanted a big family. Like it's so hard. It's such like tough decisions. You can never know until you do it or don't do it or whatever. And I actually, in my family, I know, especially in Italian families, there's like a lot of like stigma around not having children. Like people are very like, don't like that. But in my family, on my mom's side, half of my aunts and uncles don't have kids, never had kids. They're like in their 60s now. They never had kids and they're completely happy, guys. They're the people that are vacationing to Mexico every 3 weeks and they're loving their life. So there's nothing wrong with choosing not to have kids. And honestly, you're probably going to be happier.
You get to take them and be fun with them and then be like, oh,
then be like,
I'm returning.
We're still in the 30-day return period.
Go with the flow, but also know what it is you want and don't be shy to speak up. And don't be scared to leave one relationship and think you're not going to find another one because you learned from your last one and it only brings you to somebody better. So.
Absolutely. Speaking facts.
Thank you so much for listening our third episode of Chemical X. If you've missed some of our previous ones, don't forget to watch. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram.
There's a lot of rules here.
At the Chemical X podcast. And don't forget to follow Deandra and Veronica.
Fuck, she's writing your homework to do.
Oh my God.
Guys, take notes. Put your notepad, I guess. But thank you so much, guys. Happy Valentine's Day.